Shit. What did Weezy say? He was like, them Gabbana sun shades block the sun rays. I drop a cornet on the mall on the first date. I gotta get it even if it's in the worst way. That cake like it's my birthplace. Birthday. He said New Orleans, my birthplace. You heard me. Well, money more important than the person. Shit. And isn't that some shit, bro, that a motherfucking label, bro, just because some glasses cost $400 and whatever the fuck it costs, or some Versace's on a motherfucking face, bro, that, you know what I'm saying, cost whatever the fuck they cost, bro, that equates to some sort of status, or that equates to some type of fucking prestige, bro, just because a nigga got some Dolce & Gabbana frames on his face, you know what I mean? People won't even listen to you unless you have something to show for yourself. And it could be a fucking a $20,000 fucking pendant, or $15,000 Cuban, or whatever the fuck it is, bro. That's what makes you legendary? Nah, that ain't what make you legendary, bro. What makes you legendary is your essence. What makes you legendary is your energy. And a lot of times we have to use these as tools. We use these just like Pimp said, man. That nigga said instrument to get the bitches. But the bitches is people in general, bro. Everybody's a bitch to something. You know, and realistically, nigga, myself included, we don't want to listen to people who have advice to give who don't even follow their own advice. If you fucking homeless, bro, why the fuck would I want to take your advice on spirituality? Because spiritual matters, nigga, equate to finance as well. Like, we're here to live life and to enjoy life and to experience life on all of its fucking facets and all of its ways. You know what I'm talking about? By the way, I'm just lighting this incense right here. Pure Tibetan herbal incense. So this is like some temple incense from Tibet. And I'm just lighting this, gonna bring in some fresh energy. We always bring in fresh energy. We always bring in new energy. But yeah, I just had this on my heart and on my mind. Just the fact that it's like, oh, just because you're not driving a Benz, or just because you're not in a Maybach or some shit like that, your word doesn't mean anything. But the majority of people who have these things, they don't even have no spiritual insight or wisdom. But the people who's fucking poor and impoverished don't have the material shit to show for it. So realistically, it's about, when you see that, it's about ma'at, and it's about balance. Because I damn for sure am not gonna be fucking broken without anything. But I'm also not gonna sell my soul to attain and accumulate material wealth and acquisition. So finding that perfect balance is the key. So let's walk. You just vibing with the legend, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just vibing with the legend. And ultimately, realistically, it's just about, like I said, finding that balance within yourself. Because honestly, there's nothing outside of self. You know, once you find that balance within yourself and you're comfortable in it, everything else will manifest and materialize on its own. You know? And basically with my channel, all I've ever done was get you into a space and a state of mind where you thinking so far outside of the box that everybody around you honestly seems foreign to you. You gotta get your mind, let me turn around. You gotta get your mind and your essence to a space where you're so comfortable within yourself that everybody else gotta shift in your reality. Fuck making people feel comfortable around you. They gotta feel uncomfortable. Because for a long time, you know, you helped and you orchestrated their realities. You made that shit a reality for them. But ultimately what it's about is orchestrating and creating your own legendary and iconic matrix within the matrix, outside of the matrix. Essentially what you do is you stomp on their matrix because you don't give a fuck about their realities, and you step on their shit, and then you create your own reality on top of it. And whether or not that's, you know, like get out of the concept of a religiosity aspect of things. All it's about is gaining control over your mental faculties. And everything that you see outside of yourself is a projection of your own consciousness, period. So when you get to a space of that in your mind, come back into center. You see what I'm saying? And that's the whole about it that I do. It's about getting to that space within yourself. Fuck what everybody else got going on. Get your mind to a level where everything else must conform to your dominant ideal and your dominant perception. Because ultimately, this land was taken by a very small few group of folks that didn't give a fuck about anybody else, but had a occulted knowledge base that allowed for them to be able to manipulate and control other people through their thought forms. And so when you have one or two or more people and individuals who are believing in a certain thing to a level where they actually believe it, then it can fucking override billions of people that are unconscious and don't know what the fuck is going on around them. And then you use ley lines, you use grids of energy. It's all about energy. Just like motherfucking Tesla said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of sound, vibration, energy, and frequency. This shit got nothing to do with the material aspect of the world. The material world is the fucking lowest form of manifestation and creation. Outside of the material world, there's the etheric planes, there's the thought forms, but ultimately the world is it's predicated off of thoughts. Your ideal thoughts is what's gonna manifest into reality. Fuck the material world. Fuck where you at right now, fuck all that shit. Take that out of your mind and all you focus on is your ideal, your idealistic reality. Fuck the voices of everything around you. Fuck all that shit. You get into a space where you're so comfortable with yourself that nothing else matters. Nothing else matters but what the fuck I'm thinking. Period. And what I think is legendary, what I think is iconic, what I think supersedes all that shit. Fuck a government, fuck laws, fuck registrations and logistics and all that bullshit. Fuck the bullshit education system. All that shit is garbage. The education system is put there to indoctrinate children, bro. That's all that is there for. And parents must succumb to it or else motherfucking CPS is called on somebody or else you homeschool your kids. But realistically, 9 times out of 10, parents don't even fucking agree with the shit that's being taught to the kids. So let's just keep it a buck. And it's the comfort and the ability to be able to provide for the generation's future that keeps people in that box. So a 9-to-5 or a salary or whatever the 401k, those type of things, they keep people stuck in these matrices as opposed to just breaking free from that shit. Because if you fight that system and you fight the government and these things that are holding people back, then ultimately you become ostracized and you become alienated and you become somebody where people look at you like you fucking crazy, but you're really not crazy. Oh, you just see through the bullshit. You see through the lies. You see through the indoctrination. You see through all that shit that's keeping people from really actually exercising their divine authority on this planet. And I'm no longer comfortable with that. And when you no longer become comfortable with that, you become legendary. You become a being where your thoughts, your word, your actions all align just like, and you stand in this space from the south to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west, and otherwise. And you harness that energy, bro. And you become free and liberated. You gotta think like a child, bro. Thinking like a child. To jump in this fucking ocean, bro. And they're liberating energy. They're liberating energy. Who's gonna jump first? Who's going first?
What?
Come on, man.
What's your Instagram?
My IG is everything. Mr. Everything. Mr. Everything. Yeah! Let's go, Joey. Woo! Fuck yeah. That's right.
I did 4 pull-ups before.
Woo! This is the energy I'm talking about. Yeah! Best for last. Come on. Give me something special. Give me another one. One more. Oh! One more. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. You know, so it's about that liberation of thought and opening up to releasing inhibition You know, that's a childlike mind that they talk about in the Bible. Only the childlike mind will be able to inherit the kingdom of heaven. That's not being childish in the sense of being foolish and making stupid decisions and irrational thought processes. That's about having an open mind and being able to be like you are a kid. As a kid, you're not worried about shit. Ultimately, the parents are the child to the children. The child actually has more innate wisdom and more knowledge than the actual parents. And if things were understood like that, you would understand where evolution comes from. Because you can't evolve from a state of being where if the child was less evolved than the parent, then there would be no actual evolution. So the actual kid is the god to the parent. And that's what fucks up shit in this civilization society. You got fucking people that's 70 years old with no wisdom, with no knowledge, with no understanding on life, who's actually supposed to be elders in the world, who's supposed to be telling the motherfucker that's 12 years old what the fuck to do with their life. And that's bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? So that's where it's at. It's about breaking free from the constructs, from the paradigms, from that bullshit concepts that's been indoctrinated in people for fucking hundreds of years and becoming free to that. And that's what the fuck I'm here to do and here to speak on. And that's why I gained and leveled up in this realm, you know, in this way. So anyways, that's just what it's about. God, Son, 7. Sit down. Free your mind and find your soul. That's really what it's about. Free your mind and find your soul. God, Son, Ashe.